Okay, here we are, section 3. So we have one sportsman A gate, one sportsman B gate, two sportsman C gates. So we can see there's sportsman C gates on this side, so we can't go there. Again, I'm riding sportsman A, so I've got to come up here. Looking at this, I can already tell this rock right here, it's going to make a good kicker. So it looks like this is smaller and might be easier to get up, but honestly, you're better off hitting the kicker, going for this higher spot. I'm going to try that. I hope it works. Now, as I come over here, I've got plenty of room and plenty of line choices, so I can use all this space right here. I just can't break the tape, or go over it. So I could come any way I want. I can go here through the mud. I can come here, which looks like it's honestly going to be the best shot is if I can make it through here. And you can even come through this way if you wanted. I think this right here is going to be the best. I like to kind of sometimes check it just to make sure the puddle's not too deep. No, it's not bad. Okay. Now I got to come up this hill here. I'm going to ride it kind of far out to the outside. So here's my other, I think this is my only A gate. I think I've just got one. So I'm going to come down this hill. And this is always tricky. So I can kind of stay to the left here or stay to the right. It looks like a lot of people have gone to the right. I'll kind of ride it and see how things go. I'm thinking staying to the right might be better. And then I can just shoot right in between this. And out, and that's it for the A line. So let's ride it, see how it goes. That's a 5. Okay. A lot of things going around here. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try that again. We're going to loop around. Do it another shot. So my goal is to try and improve things as I go and get better and learn from my mistakes. So this time I'm going to try going out. Actually, I might try going left a little bit more. I've got plenty of room there in that corner to make a turn. So they give you plenty of room to make the turn to the left. I'm going to try it. I'm going to stick to the left of that little kicker rock in the river and see if I can avoid those roots. Once I figure out how to clean a section, my goal is to go back in and do it the same exact way. So try to keep my tires in the same places that they were the first time. That's going to allow me to have some sort of consistency, and consistency is key. So if I can consistently get cleans, that's what's going to set me ahead of my competition, right? So even, at the end of the day, I've had so many instances where it comes down to cleans. We've all got the same exact score for the day. One of the events last year in New York, we all had this exact same score for the day, and what it came down to is cleans. And I had the least amount of cleans, which put me in 3rd place for the day. So just one extra clean could have gotten me first place, you know, or well, second place in that case, and 2 extra cleans could have gotten me first. So consistency. Once you figure out how to do something, keep doing it that way. Are you messing up my video? Okay. So here we have a section. It's Sportsman 5. Looking at our tag here, we can see Section 5. There are 3 Sportsman A gates, there are 2 Sportsman B gates, and there's 1 Sportsman C gate. So as we're going through, I ride Sportsman A, so I'm going to kind of go through this like I would a Sportsman A line. Typically I like to walk the line that I'm going to take and plan out where I'm going to go. So this is a little slippery, I just got to keep momentum. My first A gate is right here between these trees, here and here. I see my second A gate there, so I've got to come through this. This mud is really slippery. I just want to keep my momentum to get up over all of this. And then there's a C gate here, so I cannot go that way. Going that way would result in the 5, so I'm going to continue on straight over here, come around this turn, and I've got all this space to use. So if I have a hard time with this turn, I can come all the way up out here. Of course, the outside marker's down. I could come up here. That's not a problem. Obviously, it's using more space. This turn could be harder. It could make something like this downhill more difficult. So I've been using the tighter line. And then coming out of here, there's a couple different lines that you can see people take. So a lot of people have been going up this, which I actually find harder because unless you really give yourself a lot of space at the bottom here and go out wide, it's gonna make going over some of these little roots harder. So your tire's bound to slip on these roots right here. What I've actually found to be a little bit easier is to hug this white line, come up over this, and just go right over these. These aren't that big. If you have a little momentum, it works fine. Now you can see a lot of people right here so a lot of people's back tire is sliding on this, right? So as people are coming up, they're turning their front wheel here to make a turn, and their back wheel's actually kind of sliding off of this, which is probably causing a lot of people to dab right here. For me, what I think the better line is actually coming up over these rocks here, and you can probably see a couple people have done it, but staying to the outside of this right here. So if I stay to the outside of this and I wait until my front tire is about here to start making my turn, it's going to prevent my back tire from hitting that. So if I were to come here and I start turning right here, my back tire is going to hit that. And that's something that we want to think about when we're riding the bike. We always want to be considering where our back tire is. So as I come into this, again, I'm going to try to keep my front tire over here more. That'll prevent slipping on that. These are small and easy to go right over. And then here, my front tire, I might even run my front tire here. If I do that, there's a good chance my back tire might hit this. So as long as I just have forward momentum and I keep going and I'm prepared for that little bobble, that'll be totally fine. And then I'm going to come up over all this stuff and out of the section. So as you can see, we have our end marker right here. That's the end of the section. Now Chip is riding the line. We'll see what line he picks. Okay, so Chip picked the inside line. You can see his front tire got light there. So those roots, he essentially had to kind of wheelie up to get up over this route, which is something some riders might not be comfortable with. So every time I go through a section and I ride it, I try to think of what I could change. Okay, here we are at section 6. Again, we have 2 Sportsman A gates. We have no Sportsman B gates, which just means that we've got to avoid all of the other gates. And then we have 3 Sportsman C gates. Let's check out this section. So for Sportsman A, we have some options here. I think what's going to work best is coming out far. So this is where the Sportsman A has to go, is up through here. There's a lot of different options here. Some people will hit the rocks. For me, you're taking a risk. Hitting the rock is taking a risk, so I'm going to try to avoid that in this situation if I can. And I can by just coming up through here. Again, I got to be careful of the foot pegs hitting. And then it does make my turn a little bit tighter up here, but I think that's fine. I can handle that. Next, so here, there is no gate. I can either make the turn tight and go down there or come out here. I'll probably come out here. This is going to be the easier line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually ride down here to set myself up straight. So if I kind of slope down the hill, I'm hitting that at a little bit of an angle. So it's always, you always want to be looking ahead and planning ahead. Again, I'm going to come down this right here, and I'm going to try to come over here as far as I can, just to get myself lined up on this log. I'm going to come up over this log, and honestly, this is the part where I'm like, oh, this is going to be tricky because there's mud here, and then if I can get up over this, this is going to be the better line. So I'm going to try for this, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Ride right up over this. So that's the C line here, so I can't go between these trees, and I can't go between those trees. I do have to come out through here, and the tape's broken, so we're just gonna, the tape had gone to this tree, so then I've got to come up over this. Stuff's gonna be slippery. We'll see how this works. Now, what I've got to do is I got to come down here. I wouldn't be going through C gate as long as I don't cross through this line. So that's something you got to be careful of, is where the C gates are. Okay, so don't go through any C gates backwards. So if I do come through here, I'll be all set. I'll avoid all the C gates. I got to make this turn, come through here, and then it's up and out. So I think the hardest part in this section really is going to be that log. I'm going to give it a try, see how I do, and I'm gonna make adjustments as I go.